because you felt deprived for so long. So deprived in the sense of like a reversed emperor, right? So your energies were depleted because you were putting yourself below your level, right? I think we're going back to what the reading was yesterday. Right now, you're engaging your intolerant side, right? So I'm not going to tolerate this, and it's ruthless in a way, but creative, right? So you're creatively managing the situation uh, that is being put like a moat around your progress by employing some insensitivity because you have been deprived of the fruit, right? Of the fruit of your efforts. So let's say you planted seeds, right? And those seeds are supposed to bear fruit. That fruit, it seems like every time the tree has grown, right? You planted the seed, the tree has grown, and the fruit has sprout. That fruit was taken by someone else, and you never got to eat the fruit of your own tree. So at this point, you've had enough. Something about a broken home, right? Or imbalance at home. That has to do with some female in your life, not necessarily in your immediate life, which is like you're not living with this person, right? You're not in a relationship with this person, but it could be someone like I don't know, partner's side, something like that, who forcefully believes that they are in a position to manipulate things, that they are on top, and for some reason you're on the bottom, not sexually though. Presently, you feel like you've lost all the hope to make the situation better. And you're trying to find all the information. So you're trying to find all the information possible in your head, in your mind, right? You're pointing all the way deep into your mind to see if there's anything that can change or resolve this situation that you're in. And actually shed the light on how dark is the aspect of this individual, this female, in not your immediate life, right? So like shed the light on her and see if you can maybe navigate by manipulating the situation, because that's your last resort. The information is going to come while you're at rest. Now, what is the information that's going to come while you're at rest? The information that's going to come when you're at rest is going to come from the dark side, the devil itself, right? But the way it's going to come is it's going to come as from your protector, right? Someone that's your guardian. So do not be afraid if you're not yet acquainted with something that we call the dark aspect of the spirit realm. This dark aspect is actually on your side. What is the information? That you need to understand, you need to learn and understand that anyone who takes the throne and becomes prosperous in your life is due to your energy, because your energy is a feminine creative energy. Be you a man or a woman, it matters not. Your energy is a creative feminine energy. You are the empress energy that creates, right? That nurtures the thought. So anyone who ends up next to you is actually is going to become prosperous in anything that they desire. So all their wishes are going to come true, right? Just because you're next to them. So what is the point? The point is that you have to understand, by giving this much energy, you can cut yourself on the blade, right? So you have to be careful, because if you give so much of the energy to others, right, you're cutting yourself, you're bleeding yourself dry, right? And then someone else is taking what is due to you. And they think they've done it by the book, which is they think they deserve it, right? But that's not true, right? Now, what else happens in their life is, because as soon as they start thinking, right, that the luck that you bring to them by being next to them energetically, if they, in that moment, at the moment of getting that luck, that prosperity, that is actually because of your presence in their life, they think it's just them. The transformation happens in their life. The death comes in to the reality. So what's going to happen is they're going to tap into the dark aspect of the reality, right? So transformation happens as like they become delusional. Delusion manifests in thinking that you create everything, right, without help, right? That you're the source of everything. That is something that can melt steel. This is something that melts reality in all the way possible, burns it down. So it's not like their reality is destroyed by shattering their dreams. No, they have a forceful, painful karmic repercussions because of simply thinking that it is them instead of you. So let's say if they were grateful, right, and perceptive of the fact that it was you, due to whom that they got their good luck, right? Then this shift, this transformation in a form of karma would not manifest in their life. But as soon as they become idle in the mind, thinking that it is them who is making all of it happen and you have nothing to do with that, the karma hits to teach them a lesson that it is not so. And it burns up their reality. So it's by burn, I mean, the karma doesn't come in gently. It literally burns everything down to ashes, even metal. So nothing survives. There is, okay, so this might be for ladies or ladies who identify as ladies. Your dark aspect, right? So you're like a selfish little bitchy aspect. I'm all that. I know who I am. I'm not going to stand the bullshit. I'm going to throw everything away that stands in my way. That kind of bitchy attitude is attractive to a very, 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 very beautiful man. And that man is a creative leader. So how would I describe it in here? Is someone who has unconventional methods of leading the crowd. So maybe they do it in their job, or maybe they do it philosophically, or maybe they do it spiritually, however it is for you. But it's someone unconventional, extremely creative, and very, very gentle. Yet, very intolerant of weakness and laziness. This person is extremely attracted to your ability to concentrate and focus on positivity in the midst of chaos or despair or isolation, and the way you beautify your dark side, the way you make your dark side bright and irresistible. So you do not just take your dark aspect, right, and then use it to destroy things. That's not what you do. You use it for righteousness, right? So righteous judgment. So you use that negative pole of yours as justice when it's needed, in a state where kindness doesn't cut. When things are pulled, so when, let's say, your feminine aspect, right, let's say when your omega is burned, try to be burned to ashes, or like burned at stake, right? So when your beliefs, in your belief system, or your concept of reality, or your perception of reality, your freedom is judged as a rebellion, unjust, crude, impulsive, blind, intolerant, right? And you're turned into a villain, your masculine part, your alpha, would not stop at pouring that cup that holds the life force, right, that others feed off of, down the marsh. So basically, if you see that someone is attacking the woman, the gentle creator inside of you, your alpha defends that by completely draining the source of life from which others can feed off, out and down the drain. So you would punish people by wasting that life force and pouring it into the soil and giving it to the nature rather than giving it to the human, right? Or any being that drains you or disrespects you. This is quite powerful. So your alpha defends your omega quite beautifully here and quite ruthlessly. And I think very few here would understand that they have jumped over a very, very high fence that was not possible in their mind. And they have finally climbed to the top. And that top is insensitivity to bullshit, right? Let me break it down. We have very few minutes left, but I have to break it down. Meanwhile, please follow, please comment, please like, please give me all the support that you need. But, okay, climb the top. You never thought you jumped over that high fence that you thought you couldn't, but you did it because you were forced to, because there was no other way to go. It was forward and it was the fence. You had to go over it. So you did it. And you climbed that mountain because that was the only way. Cliff, right? It's not even a mountain, it was a cliff. You were afraid of heights. You did have to climb it because there was no other way to get anywhere. And the state that you have reached was insensitivity to bullshit, right? Which means if someone comes to you and they have the approach where you can actually perceive this childhood trauma in them that acts out, that attacks people, including you, you wouldn't be tolerant of that. No longer you will be tolerant of that. You just simply would say, no, you are going to learn your lesson and not at my expense. So the way you did this was by feeding your dark aspect